Through these halls, where lovers get lost and lust consumes the wicked, a place where reality collides with fantasy, in the pages where romance is second to none. Welcome to the Lover's Library.
Hey lovers!
I'm Carly.
I'm Sydney.
And I'm Zoe.
Welcome back to the Lovers Library Podcast.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Carly took the opportunity to bumble for me.
I do what I can. Just being a good
Because
friend.
recently I've just been having a lot of I'm either getting married, getting engaged, or whatever in all my dreams. That ain't happening in real life. And if it did happen every, other day I was getting engaged or married, that would be weird. So I'm kind of, whatever.
Like
But
if somebody just walked up to you and said,
will you marry me?
Would you say yes?
No.
I probably would. You know those TikToks where the guy just randomly walks up to people and he gets down and proposes?
Mm-hmm.
And the people don't react. It makes me mad. Or when the
I would
people walk
laugh.
around and try to give other people hugs and they don't hug them back.
Please don't touch me. I'll give you $1. Don't touch me.
I would hug them. It makes me mad
I'll
when
pat-
people just
I'll
look
pat
at
your
them
shoulder.
crazy and walk away.
I like the ones where the guy looks like he's choking a girl, or he'll walk up and choke a girl, but then he dips her just by holding her neck. I'm like, damn, sir.
Whoa.
I'll show you a video
What?
in a little bit.
I'd probably fall.
It's very scary.
I would pass out.
That's why I know that they're all staged, because
Oh,
if
yeah.
some guy just walked up to me and choked me, I'd
would
either
destroy
pass
him.
out or fight him. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
Yeah,
pull
fight or
out your
flight.
pull out your little friend. Say hello to my little friend.
You can take that any way you want.
All right.
But anyways, we have a book that we need to discuss.
And I'm just gonna, the first thing I'm gonna say is, I think I'm just gonna opt out from picking books from now on.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say, I'm sorry. I would like to apologize to the Lovers Library.
Yeah, we were on a roll.
Three
And I was
good
like, this is
books.
gonna be a good book, and it.
Oh,
Okay.
Spoiler alert, it's not a romance book at all.
No,
No.
it's not.
It's not romance. So this is one you can listen to and not read and just skip it. Unless you like
Thriller.
It says that it's a
Kinda.
romance thriller, but
it's
I
a
don't
comedy.
believe. Yeah, I don't believe that it was
I didn't laugh at all.
comical. I don't think it was thriller, and I definitely don't think that it was romance. So
No.
the internet has lied yet again.
Book
Liars.
Talk. I'm not listening
I
to
didn't
you
find
anymore.
this one on Book Talk, actually.
So
What is our book? What is said
what's
book?
the
Okay.
scoop, Zoe?
The book is called If I Can't Have You by
If I
Charlotte
Can't Have
Levin,
You.
which I think is how you pronounce her name.
I think so.
And Charlotte Levin, I really couldn't find a whole lot about her. She's very
Incognito.
mysterious. That's a good word for it. She's not really on the internet very much, but what I did learn about her,
Mhm.
I enjoyed quite a bit, because she has a cat named Opal Moon
Oh,
and two
that's
kittens
cute.
named Leonard and Walter.
those are great names.
And I like that.
That's
And I mean,
cute.
she has a lot of awards
She's
for for
got a lot of
writing.
Starbucks rewards.
Maybe. But she's from England, and I mean, you can obviously
Oh,
tell by
yeah.
the way that
Obvi.
she even writes
Bruv.
some of the words with U's that in America we don't use
Like
and
color?
stuff.
Oh, it was full English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
English
She's
breakfast.
from Manchester, and that's really all that I could find on her.
Wow.
She's cute though. She looks like a nice lady.
I want to see her.
But I'm not sure how I feel about her books.
This was her debut. This was a debut.
It was.
Oh,
And there
was
is
it?
a second book to it called
Mhm.
If I Let You Go.
Oh,
Same character?
I don't know. I didn't read
Maybe
about
I
it 'cause I
wanna
actually
read it. I
just
don't know.
recently found out that it was.
I might read it.
But if you'd like to know what this book is about,
We would tell us.
it follows Constance, who's also called Connie sometimes. She is a new resident of London, and she somehow gets involved with her a general practice doctor at the surgery place that she works at. She's a receptionist, but they end up getting intimate. And she falls pretty hard for him. He ends things, and she struggles to come to terms with it. She feels addicted to him and does not want to let him go.
That was a very good synopsis.
Baby, this girl right here.
She's fucking crazy.
Okay, so this is
Crazy.
Lover's Quarrel.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
What the fuck?
There were several times when I was reading this book, I was like, we've gone too far.
Like, I know
we've gone too far.
that I'm not the most stable person,
She was unstable.
but she
was a table with a wobbly leg.
all 4 wobbly
Unstable.
legs. What do you mean?
If you pushed it wrong, it's all coming down.
She was crazy.
Especially that ending. It's not what I expected.
No, okay,
Yeah.
so the first chapter, she's on the subway, I assume.
Yeah.
The tube.
On
The writing
on the
was
tube.
the writing was very unique. It was
was
hard to get
interesting.
into because
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is
It
going
felt-
on?
Boring. And also, like, the scene of it could have been really interesting, but
Mhm.
everything about it just bored me.
Yeah.
But she's
There's
on...
no chapters either.
Exactly.
That was
Which
bothering
stresses
me
me
a
out.
lot.
I'm like, what chapter am I on? What is this? You know?
Yeah.
Don't like that. But she's on the subway and people are staring at her because I think that it's a wedding dress, right?
Yeah.
Because she's
I had-
crazy.
She said taffeta
And lace.
and lace
And
and a
beading.
veil.
Yeah. So she's in a wedding dress, covered in blood, her tooth's hanging out of her mouth.
Which it ends up falling out, I think,
Yeah.
while she's on the bus.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
And everyone's staring at
what
her and
happened
she's
to
like,
this girl? Somebody beat her on her wedding day and like there's some shit going down.
Yeah.
That is not what happened.
No.
The
because
first chapter
the
and the
jumps
last chapter.
are the same
What?
time period.
they connect.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
there's no
first
chapters, but
The beginning
the
it's,
very beginning
part
and the
last
very
part.
end are in
so
one.
to me it read like a letter.
Well, it was a letter.
Like a
Yeah,
diary
it
kind of.
was.
It was a
entry.
letter.
Yeah.
She was explaining
letter.
everything to him.
Yeah.
Oy, oy,
She
oy.
starts and she says that Dr. Franco said I should write a letter to you.
Mhm.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start from the beginning. And so we don't even know who Dr. Franco is from the beginning.
Mhm.
And then we do find out who he is, but she doesn't ever talk to him. So we're like, when did these two get together? And then later she
Yeah.
eventually starts talking to him.
That's her.
And it makes me wonder if
psychiatrist,
everyone, if he like, if Dr. Franco got the vibe that she was like kooky for Cocoa
Oh yeah.
Puffs.
I mean, a psychiatrist come up to you and be like, "Hey, girl, you want to hang out with me on your lunch
Yeah.
break?
Yeah.
You should." And he said he was gonna do it pro bono.
Yeah.
Then that's when
Mhm.
you know you're crazy.
Right. He don't want to be your friend. He want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. She lived in a really unique apartment too. They call them flats,
Mhm.
but it was like basically a 2-bedroom apartment
hmm
with a bathroom and a kitchen.
Which is weird to me because, like, in both the places that she lived in London, she lived with a random guy,
Mhm.
a stranger, and I would never. I would live on the
No.
streets.
But I'm
You
sure
found me
it's
with some creepy
streets
guy.
of
well, it's
Manchester.
different. I'm sure it's different there. It's like,
Normal.
that's maybe normal or just really hard to find a place to live that's affordable.
That's true. She did say
Mm.
like that was the only place that didn't make her feel like she was gonna vomit.
Yeah. But so she lived with this guy named Dale, and you knew from the get-go that he had feelings for her.
Yeah, but I didn't like him.
Me neither.
He
I
was
didn't
like,
either. I was
from the
back and
very
forth
first-
till the end.
I never liked him because
Yeah.
it was like, I'm not gonna do anything for you unless you like regard me in the way that I want you to, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I didn't like
That's that narcissistic
Yeah.
vibes.
He wasn't too bad till they started dating, I feel like. Then
Yeah.
it got bad.
Mm-hmm.
Cuz at first he was like, seemed like I want more from this, and when she pushed back, he was like, I'm moving out. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want more, you don't, so I'm leaving. And she was like having mental issues and was afraid of being left. So she didn't want him to leave. And so she did it to herself a little bit there.
Yeah.
Every guy that she came into contact with was manipulative in
Mm-hmm.
some way, whether it was extreme. Like there was dips, ebbs and flows.
Except
and
for Edward.
Yeah.
now he was the only person I liked in this
Me
book.
too.
So
Fuck
Edward
everybody
lives
else.
across the street from Dr. Stevens,
And
Samuel.
she only became friends with him so she could creep on him.
Literally.
I was like, you bitch.
Yeah.
He was so nice.
So
Literally.
he lived across the street from Samuel, and this one day,
Which is the love
yeah,
her obsessive
Stevens.
love
interest, yeah.
love
So she was walking home with him, or they were walking down the same way, and there were these creepy, like, I feel like they were teenagers, maybe a little bit older guys, and they were being weird, and Mr. fucking pussy, he was like, didn't offer to like stay with her or like invite her inside. He kind of just stood there for a little bit, and once they decided that they were gone, the kids were gone and leaving, then he was like, all right, peace out, see you later.
Yeah.
And so then she started trying to leave, and one of them approached her, and he was basically assaulting her, like got in her shirt and like was touching her, and she's trying to get away from him. And then she noticed across the street, they went and they started messing with Edward, because he was carrying groceries.
Yeah, they were throwing his groceries all over the place. That was so mean.
He was trying to get his groceries into the house, and then they ended up pushing him over. And
he's an older guy. You can't do that.
Don't mess with old people and don't mess with women.
Yeah.
Leave everybody alone.
Yeah.
So she was able.
Men.
Exactly. Well,
Hide your kids,
just mind your own business.
Hide your husband too.
Hide your husband. So she finally was able to get away. The other guy left. She went and checked on Edward, and she ended up like leaving. She didn't really check on him very well that time.
Yeah, she didn't.
But then
it
she
surprised me that she was the one that like handled the situation. She punched that kid.
She's
in the
always
face.
the one that handles the situation, which is funny because the whole
she
time
don't handle her situation.
Yeah, the whole time she's like so dependent on these men and their love for her to be a happy human being. But then when it comes down to it, like, she can stand up for herself. She can protect herself when it like comes down to it.
I did read a lot of reviews, and it's insane because some of them were like 5 out of 5 stars, and some were 1 out of 5. And this one girl said, "I got daddy issues, but this was compared to like this girl was fucking crazy with her daddy issues, and she didn't even
and
get
mommy
any
issues."
Stars.
There's definitely a lot going on in this book, but
I did highlight one part that was pretty early in the book. It was like chapter 20 or page 20, I mean. And it says, "Loving someone doesn't excuse everything, you know."
Mm-hmm. I
And
wish
she
she
said
would've
that
carried
to
that.
somebody else, but I wish she would have,
Internalized that, honey.
Yeah.
That's for you.
The-
That's a word for you.
I highlighted 2 things, and then I was like, why did I even highlight that?
I have one that just says lemons, and I'm like, what was I thinking at this moment?
I have one
lemonade.
I have one that said the one that I highlighted was about them eating sandwiches, and I don't even remember what it was.
I think
But I
y'all
said-
are hungry.
I said, is this a joke? Like,
That's what you call
that's
were
what
they
I said.
doing?
I was like, is this a joke? But the other one that I did highlight was, at one point I did relate with her. She said she was watching a documentary, and it was a penguin documentary.
Ugh.
And she said it prompted an emergency channel change because of the impending death of a chick.
Oh, 100%.
I was
I'd
like,
start
same
crying.
same girl, me too. I was legit crying at work the other night because we were watching this documentary, and it was about bald eagles, and it
Oh,
was so
no.
cool. No, it was great. Nothing bad happened. And then it switched to bears, and there was like a mama bear and a baby bear, and they got separated, and the baby bear was like walking around the forest like crying.
I'm going to cry right now.
I was literally like, I had tears running down my face, and I was like telling my coworker, I was like, what? Why'd you make me watch this? She's like, you turned it on there. I was like,
I would
it's so
die
sad.
to save a baby bear and get it back to its mother. I don't care if its mom killed me. It's the last thing I did, save your baby bear.
Yeah.
I did
But
that for
so
you.
she had these like normal parts to her.
Or
Relatable.
we're just as
Relatable.
crazy as her.
Tinily,
right?
tinily,
Yeah.
small, like relatable aspects.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
you know
but-
what kind of irritated me is maybe I just skipped over this in my brain because the rest of the book was whatever. But did she describe what they looked like?
Not really.
The only thing I can remember was she said Laura looked like a tall model that was blonde.
Yeah.
And so I
Mm.
couldn't even picture them.
I couldn't picture them at
Me
all.
neither.
The only thing that stands out to me is that when she described Dale, I think he had a mustache,
Oh, for real? I don't remember.
and
that.
I think he was like a little heavier because she said something about his stomach, like when she was describing him
Hmm.
getting up out of bed naked or
You
something
don't
like
know.
that.
You want to know what I didn't like about Dale? He said when she put makeup on, he said, "You look weird," and then ran to his bus. bitch, you look weird. I would be so mad. And then she took
Well,
all her
because she
makeup off.
normally
I would
didn't wear
too.
makeup.
That is just, he could have been like, it's weird that you're wearing makeup. Not,
Right.
you look weird. I was
Yeah.
so mad.
But so how do we remember how she got involved with? Oh yeah, her ankle.
doctor.
Her foot. Okay, so when the kids, yeah,
all coming
she
back
got
to you.
involved with the doctor because when
Oh,
the
yeah.
kids did all that, she ended up hurting her ankle, right?
Uh-huh.
Was that when she hurt her ankle?
Probably.
Yeah,
Because
she went to go talk to Edward and she called the EMS to come check on him. And then at that
No, her ankle was hurt before that because she said that it didn't hurt when she was running because of the adrenaline.
She's a runner, boy. Let me tell you.
So it
she run a
hurt.
lot in this book.
Yeah, for real. So she heard it outside of work. There was a
oh
concrete
yeah,
slab.
she tripped.
Yeah.
And that's when he
She is clumsy. They said that a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
is that when he brought her back to his house? Or no, they went to the hospital
Mhm.
and got it looked at. It wasn't broken, just a sprain. He got her all fixed up, sent her home.
Mm-hmm.
Then after the chasing of the hooligans, she checked on Edward, got him situated with EMS, and then she had attempted to call Samuel
Mm-hmm.
prior to the whole occurrence because she knew something was going down, so she was calling him for help, and he didn't answer. So finally, after everything was all said and done, he finally calls her back, and she tells him what happens, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, and she's like,
He said, "Come over to mine."
yeah, she's like, "I'm right here," and so then she goes over to his house, and he gives her brandy, and basically gets her drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when they have sex for the first time.
You know, he was a dick. Like, he was a little bit of a little hoe, sleeping with
Mhm.
all the girls, but he never told her.
Thank you. I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, he
like,
he
if-
never said
if
he wanted to
you're-
be together.
Sleeping with a man and you've never been on a date, you're not contacting each other back and forth.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Especially
Like,
if you work
he's
together.
not wanting
Right.
more. Like, that's not a let's form a relationship. When he's only contacting you because like he wants to have sex, that's
Mhm.
not a relationship.
But one thing I didn't like was that when she said she had a boyfriend, he was like,
Then
"Oh,
he
I-
wanted
yeah.
I
her.
don't like
when
that."
they were at the pub.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, she was so close to letting you go. And
Well,
you
then
just had to be
later they ended
stupid.
up having sex and he knew she had a boyfriend and they talked about it right before.
Well, he had a girlfriend.
No, he didn't.
Well, I guess they also weren't dating. He was just having sex with other
Yeah.
girls.
He don't want to be in a relationship with nobody.
I
And
was
he
wondering,
told them that.
was that-
Everybody.
Yeah,
was that
he did.
other girl
Fiona?
pregnant, or was she just?
Oh.
Did she just
Laura?
have a no? Fiona.
Fiona, no, she just had a chubby tummy like me.
She got a belly.
Was she being a dick when she said,
Probably.
"Oh, you can drink when you're pregnant," or did she like actually think she was pregnant?
No, she was being a bitch.
Okay.
I'm
cool.
100% sure.
That's so mean.
Because that girl was being mean to her.
I don't care. Don't comment on people's weight.
Yeah.
I'd throw my drink at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quick.
That girl was being real mean.
But
But
this bitch got psycho crazy and stole his keys.
Girl.
so it started with
Love.
following him. It started with following him, right?
It was
Mhm.
creepy.
She would
Like whenever
follow
she would
him.
go to Edward's house, she would be looking through the window and
Yeah.
like describing what he was doing. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Calling him and just breathing on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
When I was reading the calls, I was like, babes, we've got to stop. We've got to stop
and
this.
then
it ain't,
yeah.
it ain't
when he
good.
shows her the letter that she wrote.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's
She's
was
like,
so
this is
offended.
fucking
this
creepy.
is crazy. It's all cut up letters, and she was like, "Ugh, I thought it was cute."
Right.
I'm like,
The
okay.
cut up
Like,
letters. Oh my
oh.
gosh. Yeah. So bad.
And like she, in that scene, they like leave and then she goes back and gets
Oh
it.
yeah,
'cause
she
was
dropped
like,
her scarf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she like
How
moves the people
weird.
that were in the booth and they like
Mhm.
she grabs it. And I was like, girl, this honey.
So crazy.
But I do
cringe.
have a question. She said that Dale was wearing like a smock, whatever,
coat.
that she had never seen,
Mm-hmm.
and then she thought she saw it watching her.
Mm-hmm.
Was she just being paranoid?
No, I think it was him.
Because he was like,
He knew.
he knew she was trying to cheat on him or whatever.
He knew.
Mhm.
So
Remember?
was
Because he
watching
said later,
her?
he said, you forget that when you're watching other people, there are eyes watching you. You don't
Oh,
even
I
notice.
don't think I caught that.
Me neither.
Yeah, he said
Where was
that.
that at?
I'm not sure. I think it was near the end when they talk about
I was wondering because I was like, that's creepy.
Can you hand me my book? It'll be easier to
Yeah.
look at that one. Sorry. Why am I so needy? I could have got that
I
myself.
mean, she obviously was messed up. Her dad left when she was young. She
Her
walked
mom
in on her
died.
mom that killed herself.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that she described it, because she kept saying like, "Oh, my mom died in April," and they were like, "That's so recent." But when she was describing it, it
Oh my
felt like it
gosh.
was when she
long
was
time ago.
younger.
Yeah.
Guys, this is record time. I already found it.
Dang.
Okay.
What the hell? So this is they're in the kitchen fighting. And he said, is there someone else? No, of course not. He let out a short, sharp laugh. So there's no one else. I've told you no. Blah, 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 blah. Then he says, the thing is, Constance, when you're so consumed in watching someone else, you don't notice eyes on you.
It was like a door if I can't have you.
Yeah.
And then he says, what about the doctor? She's like, it was over, because she knew. She's like, there was no point denying it. She said, I knew from his stare there was no point denying it.
Oh, is that when he hit her?
Yes.
Mm.
Spoiler.
It was
Oh,
a
no,
bad
that's when he
situation all around.
He threw the ring across the room. So that was before.
I mean, first of all,
We need a...
I have said this before. It is personally not my preference
Mm-hmm.
to have been engaged on a holiday or my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I was engaged on Indigenous People Day, but I feel like that doesn't count. But
yeah, it's not as romantic when you're
if it was my
proposed to on
birthday
like
and somebody
Christmas.
proposed to me, I'd be a little bummed.
I'd be like, but where's my birthday present?
Yeah,
Right.
Like, my birthday present is that I'm engaged to you now. No,
Right.
thank you. Okay, that sounds rude, but but
This sucks up the guy.
she also was not ready for that. He told her he loved her. She never said it back.
Yeah.
So why did he think that she would say yes?
And he even mentioned it. He's like, he did. That's
Yeah.
Dale. So this is kind of like a backstory on that, because you don't have to read this book, really.
Just don't read it.
Just
Yeah,
listen to us
just
talk
listen
Don't
to
about
waste your
it.
time. I was like, damn,
so
I picked another book.
Dale kind of tries to make a move on her, and she's like, no, I don't want that. And he's like, I thought we were more than like, I thought you liked me. And she's like, no, I don't think about you like that. And then he's like, I'm going to move.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets to thinking about it, and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't lose him. I lose everybody, blah, blah, blah. And then Dale, she tells him, she's like, please don't leave. I do like you. I'm sorry. I just couldn't come to terms or blah, blah. So he ends up
Liar.
staying, and they start, air quote, dating. And I mean, she sleeps with him. She kisses him. She like,
But she hates it.
they have sex. I'm like, that is too far. That is
Also,
too
For someone
far.
that you don't love.
They eat pizza too much in this book.
Yeah.
I hate pizza. Stop it.
But so yeah, so they're fake dating, and her birthday comes around, and right before this she had sex with Dr. Stevens
Mm-hmm.
in his car.
Mm-hmm.
This
And
girl.
yeah, she had sex with him in his car right before, and then went home, and she walks into Dale having this like romantic dinner all set up, and he made this like fancy dinner, and it was actually really good, and like he worked so hard on it.
That relationship would have never worked out.
No, it wouldn't have. I think he would
'Cause
be good for someone. I don't know that.
No,
I don't
I
feel.
don't like him.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
don't know. I just kind of feel like he wouldn't have been like that with a normal person, but he was kind of weird too.
I mean, he obviously was weird with the girl who
The
lived
picture.
there before
Yeah.
because didn't the
she
person say she just upped and left? And
she up and left,
Mhm.
and then that's who she found pictures of in his
Yeah.
room.
creepy.
Constance. But so he proposes to her, and when she doesn't answer, he gets pissed, and this fight ensues. And
Mhm.
the part we just talked about, he kind of figures out that she's been
Mm-hmm.
seeing someone else, and he ends up punching her in the face. And that's how she gets the jacked up tooth.
Mhm.
And he basically is like, trigger alert to domestic violence and rape.
Trigger. This whole book, this
Yeah,
whole
we should have
conversation
done that
kind of is.
first. Maybe we can,
Can
put it
we-
in the comments.
Can we edit a part about that?
We can probably add something in the beginning that says a trigger,
Warning.
Anyways.
But so yeah, he like punches her in the face, and that's how she gets the tooth falling out. And then he is literally like attempting to rape her,
Mm-hmm.
and she's able to knee him in the crotch
And run.
But no, she didn't run. Remember? She said, I knew I should have ran, but I didn't. And then he just kind of was apologizing and like left it at that, I think. And she went and grabbed her stuff and like left.
Left to be
She
crazy.
grabbed a little bag and left, and she headed to
Oh,
Edward's
right.
house.
Mm-hmm.
When she got to Edward's house,
He
he didn't open the door. He didn't come to the door for her, and the lights were on and blah, blah, blah. And when
This was sad.
should we
This is
talk
when
a
he
little
was-
bit more about Edward?
Yeah, okay. You know what pissed me off? The one thing in this entire book that made me the angriest
Mhm.
out of everything was when he's in the hospital and he calls her and he's like pretending that she's his daughter so he
Mhm.
can leave. And she thought it was her dad for whatever fucking reason. And she said, I hope you die in there, you stupid old fuck. I was
Well-
like, I hope you die right now.
I was really confused when I read that part. I was like, who is she talking to? Who is this? Is this like a ex of her mom's? Like,
Mhm.
I did not put two and two together that that was him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, I mean, if you didn't know who your dad was if you hadn't seen your dad in that long and you literally like sent him a card in hopes that he would find you every year,
Mhm.
and then someone calls you up and you don't recognize their voice and they say, hey, it's your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't that like give you that hope?
Mhm.
Instant hope. And then when he's like, this is so and so, I'd be like, fuck you.
Right.
Why are you doing that? Like, she didn't understand. And then when she got there,
Yeah,
she
but
immediately
still.
like felt bad and went and talked to him. Like, cause she still went and was like, I know this book like
Don't tell somebody that you hope they die because they might.
Because
And
he did
almost
die
did.
for 4 minutes.
Yeah, he did.
4 minutes.
He
Well,
was
he made
dead.
it out of the hospital that time.
But dang.
But
Well, can we
then-
jump to the end?
Yeah, so
Yes.
she goes in to get him. She goes in because she has a key, and everything's out of place and whatnot. And she ends up finding him on the floor, like he's thrown up, he's barely awake, and she's like, "Oh my god, like I think he had a heart attack."
Yeah.
But she almost didn't go check on him.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been horrible.
Isn't that crazy?
And then he would have really been
He would
dead.
have really died. But so she got the EMS to come, and they came, and he was talking and alert, and like they had him. Golly, she farted again. Sorry. It smells so bad, Riley.
Right at the right moment.
My dog farted. Sorry.
Not
The
Zoe.
ambulance comes. They got him going outside, and then he like codes basically, like he loses
Yeah.
his heartbeat, and so they start compressions and doing all the things, and she fucking runs away.
She's a runner.
She is such a chicken shit.
She is.
I was so annoyed. So she runs away,
Screaming.
and then I don't know what the fuck happened. Why did she go back? Oh, she went back because she was like, I shouldn't have ran away.
Yeah. She
And
feels
she-
guilty. And
yeah.
then she looks across the way and
Because she went back for Edward, but they were already gone.
yeah.
So then,
And she sees that Dr. what's his name?
Samuel.
Samuel. He's not there. He's not there. The house is dark.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, she just like really wanted to go in there to feel closer to him because they
to
hadn't had
comfort
like
herself.
That's
Yeah.
her safe space.
right. Like
Mind
yeah.
you, she has this key because she stole his key from his office desk
She
and made
is
herself a
a-
copy.
That one time she like laid in his bed, was touching herself. I was
took
like,
his pen.
girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's up with the pen?
She be stealing all this
She
joke
stole
stuff.
his comb.
I'm a pen stealer.
She stole his pen.
Put his toothbrush in her mouth.
Yeah.
I was like, ick.
But
No, okay,
what
no,
she
wait,
got
wait.
hers karma.
Remember? Okay, wait. Do you remember one part that the old lady that the rich lady that was at the doctor's office and she
That had the
was
flu.
like, yeah, and she gave her a tea, and then Dr.
Oh, yeah.
Samuels wasn't being really nice to her in their conversation. He was like blowing her off basically, and he asked her to make her, you northern girls really know how to make your tea.
Mhm.
And so he asked for a tea. She makes it, and she makes it in the same cup that lady was using that
Mhm.
had the flu.
The flu, yeah.
And she gives it to him.
But he
Mhm.
doesn't get sick.
He doesn't. But I
But
was like,
she-
you in mess.
That's how she got sick. Remember?
That's how she got
used,
sick?
She
Yeah, 'cause
used
she
his
was like, How long
toothbrush.
does stuff?
She used his toothbrush, and then
Oh.
she got really, really sick. And
Girl, 'cause
he
you
goes,
nasty.
"You have the
It's
flu."
hilarious.
He said,
honestly.
"You should have got your flu shot this year." He's like, "I get mine every year."
He said flu jab.
Yeah.
I was
So,
like, huh?
He got his flu shot, and that's why he didn't get sick from it, but he still he was able to like pass it on.
Ugh.
So yeah, she did herself in. But
But
yeah.
anyways, she goes to like after the Edward situation when he dies and comes back. But
Well,
she
she doesn't
goes
know
to his
that.
house for she goes to Dr. Samuel's house for comfort, and she puts on his mother's wedding dress. And
So fucking weird.
So
it
weird.
is. But why did he have his mama's dress?
Well,
Is there no?
it sounds like he didn't have any siblings.
Okay, so
I think
that's
he
why.
just had a box of all
Yeah, all of his mom's
that
stuff.
mattered to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because his mom passed away and so did hers, and so that was where like she kept telling her therapist like that's where we have a connection and all
Oh,
this
but
kind of
one
jazz.
thing about her mom dying, when she told the therapist that she killed her, I was hoping. I was like, please let this be a spin that she actually murdered her. She did not.
Mm-hmm.
So spin on that at the very end. This is kind of a jumpy.
The
Should
book
we
was
just talk
jumpy,
about
jumpy.
it?
Yeah.
So he comes home, finds her in.
Girl, when I like took a deep breath when that happened, I was
But
like,
he was calling her.
right.
That's how she
Yeah.
got caught.
Yeah, he was calling her back. She would have got caught anyways, but
Yeah.
I'm glad she got caught.
Me too.
I
But
was
I'm
like
also not
getting nervous.
I wish she
Mhm.
could have
At that
gotten
point.
to a psych ward. Like she needed to,
Yeah, she needs
Be-
help.
Why didn't he call the police?
because he felt bad.
No, absolutely not. I mean, if you
I
were
just
sane, you
think
would
I
have
would
called
be enraged to walk
Right.
in and see somebody wearing my
my
mom's
mom's
wedding dress.
Yes,
I would
Girl.
have lost my shit.
girl.
I wouldn't
And
have
then
called
when
the
he
cops
put it
either
all
'cause I would
together-
have been getting arrested for assault.
Well, then when he put it all together, well, he would have got arrested for assault
well,
but
a little bit.
But
So,
anyways,
he's like,
the calls were you.
they're
like none of
fighting.
it was Fiona.
yeah, everything
Yeah.
is connecting.
he's figuring it all out. He's like, just get out of here. And so she's like trying to get the dress off, and she can't get it off because it's stuck.
Yeah, he's
And
being a
then
little
he's like-
aggressive, trying
He's
to.
like really screaming at her and freaking out. And so
and
she
the
just
door, the
starts,
front door is open.
she just starts to run like she's gonna run away. So
Well,
she
the
goes to
neighbor
open the
saw it.
door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he slams it shut, and he's like, you can't leave with my mom's dress. And so then they open the door and they like go out, and he's trying to get it off of her. She's trying to get away.
and she's bleeding onto the front of the dress.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that was so rude of her.
yeah, like dang, girl.
that's when the neighbor comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and she sees that the neighbor's watching them,
Mm-hmm.
and she plays into it.
Yeah.
Let go of me. You're hurting me.
I was like, you
I was
bitch.
so
then-
mad.
And then they lose their footing a little bit, and he starts to fall down the stairs, and she catches him, and she's holding on to his arm, and then she said, and then I let go.
That joker dies.
If I can't have you,
Nobody
one
can.
Yeah. And he fell down the stairs and died. And
I
the
was
police
like,
report
what?
shows that she was like being attacked basically by him, because the neighbor lady, that's what she saw.
Mhm.
So my question is, did she really let go, or did she feel like she
Emotionally, she let go.
yeah
I was wondering that because the banister or whatever was already loose.
Yes,
like
they
wiggly.
talked
They
about
haven't
that.
fixed it.
and they talked about how it was wiggling when that was
Yeah.
happening.
So did he just fall and she said, "Okay, I've come to terms with this," or did she say, "Bye"?
Because she had a hold of him.
I
Mhm.
think it is both. Twofold.
So she is finishing up this letter that she's
Mhm.
writing to the dead
Dr. Samuels.
Dr. Samuels because her psychiatrist tells her that she probably should. And one part she said, because the other good news is it's not just me now. There's a little us growing inside.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
forgot.
I was like,
My gosh.
I
I
wanted
was
to
so
scream.
mad at this part.
and she
She's
wasn't like,
fucking
"Oh,"
crazy.
She was like, there's a little us. And then a part where she's like, do you hear the song I'm playing? And it's At Last by Etta James.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And she's like, the moment we fell in love. I was like, you crazy.
Crazy.
He
Fucking crazy.
never. You're crazy.
But we can be thankful. She said she wasn't going to date anymore. She said, I'm not seeing anyone anymore.
She should be seeing only the psychiatrist when she's in the
Yes.
psych ward, taking a what are they called? The sticky sock
Uh-huh.
vacations.
Yeah.
Grippy soul.
Grippy
Yeah,
socks,
grippy
not
socks.
the sticky socks.
That was funny.
They stick.
Yeah.
But make sure you
One
don't.
thing I did really like was at the end, there was a note that was from her mother to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That if she had fucking read in the first place,
Yes. Where did she find it?
she finally read it. It
Oh,
was the
she just-
last entry in her mom's journal.
Oh,
That if she had read that
kind of her
from the
mom's
very
suicide
beginning,
note.
yeah, it
Mhm.
was her mom's suicide note. If she had read that from the very beginning, none of this would have happened.
But the
I
part
feel
that I
like-
really liked was, it says, this made me laugh because I hate birds. They scare me. But she says, I won't be feathers because, as you know, birds terrify me. But I'll be something. I'll be snow. I was like, that's really cute because she even asked Samuel if he thought his mother was with him when it snowed. And
because she had already felt like that.
yeah, and he was kind of a dick. He was like, because a natural occurrence is happening.
Yeah.
No. And I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
rude.
They're so ridiculous.
But,
So-
Do we want to go to the third date?
she masturbated in his bed when he was
Yeah.
not there.
I was just
Yes.
going to throw out that this is why when you have, I feel like when you have sex with someone that you care about for the very first time, you probably shouldn't be shit-faced drunk
Probably.
Probably.
because
Probably a good idea.
they were
Also-
both drunk, and then the next time they had sex, he was really drunk, and then he got to play the I don't remember it card.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think he fully knew what he
Oh,
was
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And there was panty slides,
Mm-hmm.
but not in a good
Not
way.
in a good way. I
This
didn't-
is what I'm telling
even
you.
I didn't enjoy the panties.
This is not a good panty slide. I tell you, there's a time and a place for a panty slide, and this is not it.
Yeah, but I just also, like, if you're gonna have sex with somebody just for fun, tell them. Like, he didn't say this is just for fun. He didn't say I want to date you.
But he
But he
said, we
didn't
have such
say-
a strong connection. I enjoy
Yes.
talking to you.
He
blah, blah,
should
blah, blah,
have
blah.
said what we're doing is strictly
Or I'm not
friends
looking
with
for
benefits.
anything
Right.
serious.
like that's
I
it.
don't want to be in a relationship right now. I just
Or
came off of a
just-
really serious long-term
Because he obviously
relationship.
was still in love with Laura.
Yeah. He was still dealing with that. And
There should not have been anything. She didn't need anything because she's still grieving and she's got PTSD from
Mm-hmm.
the situation with her mom and her
Mhm.
dad. There was no room for her to be getting into a relationship with anybody because she was
Mhm.
not mentally stable enough to do that.
yeah.
There's a time and a place. And this was not her time nor the place for her to be
No.
developing that. And now her obsession is just going to move from him to their child.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to, I mean, it's just going to be you can
I
tell
was
the
wondering
cycle.
because like, is she gonna be the same way that her mother was,
Mhm.
or so I don't
Well,
know.
maybe I'm hopeful.
I'm glad this is fictional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Stressing me
that
out.
I kind of think that it seemed like her and her mom had a really good relationship when
But
her mom
was
wasn't
drunk all the
drinking.
time, yeah.
Mhm.
But her mom was drinking because she was so
But
torn up about her husband leaving her.
Yeah.
But in this situation, she's so mentally fucked up that she thinks they were like happily ever after and he died.
which
Right.
might be good for her
So
kid
maybe-
because then she'll be like,
Yeah. Maybe she'll just be happy. Woo-hoo! Oh, we were in love
Yeah.
and this has happened. And
this was our song.
yeah.
Right.
So maybe she'll just be a good mom and the kid will be okay.
I hope so,
Yeah.
but
I'm glad this is not a real child.
I'm
and
glad
a real
she's still
person.
seeing Dr. Franco or whatever
Yeah.
his name was.
Right. Should we do a fuck, marry, kill?
Yes.
Kill
fuck
all of them.
everybody in this book and not in a sexual way.
Well, okay. I said
I guess I'd fuck Samuel. He sounds like he's good enough at it.
that's me.
I'd marry Edward
That's me.
and
Yeah.
I'd kill literally everyone.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Laura. She seems nice enough.
I was gonna say
Right.
I wouldn't kill Laura.
She got pushed down and she
That'll
apologized.
be my best
know.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best friend.
There we go. We
Laura.
all agreed. This time we all have the same list.
Yep. I think that sums it up.
Dead.
Did you pick any people for speed date? Any characters?
No, because I couldn't
I couldn't really
I couldn't
picture,
picture
them either.
anybody, and I was just mad the whole time.
I was too.
Yeah.
You know how many times I looked up from my Kindle and I looked at Peyton and I was like, I hate this book.
Same. Me too. So love it or list it.
List it.
I guess
I am
smash or pass.
passing that.
Pass.
I guess we used to call it love it or list it,
We
and then
did.
we changed to smash or pass. Pass. Okay.
Let's get to this next book.
I don't have it.
It's right
She
here.
has my phone. So
Okay, so
happily
guess
ever
what?
after.
She's okay. with the book that you chose.
Oh, are you?
Faking
Yeah.
Christmas. I decided what are the odds that I'm going to read all 7 other Christmas books.
But they're not even in the same
Universe.
Okay.
So I think that's okay.
Okay. So we
So
want to do that one.
I got it. I'll
Okay.
read it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
But
your
wait,
pick,
before-
but
You
it's
don't
gonna
have to
be
read
good.
the synopsis.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
You're just going to read the
before,
title.
can I tell you something funny?
Mm-hmm.
I was on Facebook on my, I think it's called Kindle Girlies.
Yes.
Love it.
And someone posted like, oh, what's the Christmas, what's a good like Christmas spicy romance book? And I was like, okay, follow. Obviously, I'm going to see what people say. And somebody posted this screenshot of a cover, and it's a girl's hands that are tied up with Christmas lights, and there's a little
Oh.
present. And I was like, of course, add it to my TBR. Adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read the synopsis, and I was like, oh, God. And I was like, what's not on this trigger list?
Right?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to go for that one.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it,
A little much.
I think it's like I'm just getting into the spicy recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I enjoy it, but there are things that still scare me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And this one had all of the things.
All the warnings.
If you would like to read it, it's called Melt with Me or Melt with Us, Melt for Us.
Mm.
Somewhere.
something melting us and we.
I have
well,
a picture
that's
of
not
it,
the book we're doing.
No. Ow.
but I was it has knife play,
Oh, no.
blood play,
No.
fire play if
Cool.
you're into that.
Gunplay.
It's called Melt for Us by Molly Doyle.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're not
Molly.
doing that one.
Get
That
into
is
it,
not the
girl.
book we're doing.
I'm proud of you, Molly, for writing it, but I'm gonna take a little hiatus from that one.
Yeah.
So our happily ever after is
Christmas baggage. And
no,
yes, it is.
I don't think so.
no, it's-
Christmas escape. Sorry.
no,
Yes.
faking Christmas.
No.
It's called faking Christmas. She's about to look it up and then realize
wrong.
that
No,
I'm
Christmas
right.
escape.
You're wrong.
Look.
You're wrong.
No,
Look.
it's
Oh, that's
not.
a series.
It's
Hold on.
Christmas
Lord.
Escape.
This
See?
woman.
I
No,
was-
it's not.
What are you talking about?
Look up faking Christmas. My goodness.
We don't know what our happily ever after is.
I know
it was in our thing.
No, Christmas Escape is the 7 books in
the
total.
series.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Faking Christmas
Faking Christmas by her name, not the. There's another lady. There's 2.
by Cindy Steele.
Yes.
Okay, let me
Oh,
read.
what do you know?
That's all. Now I suddenly fake my.
Faking
Mm.
Christmas is a sweet, closed-door romance full of sizzle, witty banter, and chemistry, but without explicit content.
Okay, yes, you're right. Okay.
Christmas without the
Huh.
peppers.
Faking Christmas by Cindy Steele
Lord have
is our.
mercy.
The series is called what is it
Christmas
called?
Escape.
Christmas Escape, and it has 7 books.
Should we tell them the other one too?
This one's a fake dating
Yes.
trope.
The
I know
other
that's our
one-
favorite,
The other one.
And
or at least
enemies
it's
to
my
lovers.
favorite.
Can I just say the other one? Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Shut up. No.
you want to talk now? Now? Do you know this one?
I do.
Okay.
I know this is right.
Okay. Yeah, you
Okay.
got it.
I got verification. So, the second book. So, okay, we have both books. We can tell you what 2 books we're going to be doing. The first one is Faking Christmas, and the second one, which is our optional choice, is Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. I love Tessa Bailey. I believe I've read one of her books, and she's everywhere right
I know.
now.
Yeah.
Every
I like
every
her.
Christmas book recommendation that I saw
Tessa.
was this one. So
So we're
the
really
synopsis
excited.
didn't like.
Are we reading both of those?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm excited.
The synopsis on that one didn't like stand out to me, but everyone was like, it's so good. And I think it's a little bit more spicier than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But the Faking Christmas, just make sure you get the right author because there are 2 different authors with the same title.
Oh.
So make sure it's Christine Steele.
Cindy Steele.
Oh, Cindy Steele. Yeah. Make sure it's that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited. I love a good fake dating.
Me too.
And I love
Ooh.
enemies to lovers.
Yes, that's what the other one is.
So that's it, guys. That's our book review
I
of the
love
day.
all of the authors, but also skip this
I'm
one.
going to sell this one back to the bookstore.
Smash it. Pass it. pass it, not smash it.
Don't smash it.
Don't smash it.
I mean, it was interesting,
Smash
but not
it
if you think
into
you're
the
getting a romance
ground.
novel.
Yeah. All right, y'all. If you want to follow us on any of our socials, on Instagram, we are Lovers Library Pod and Lovers Library Book Club. And so far, how many downloads do we have? 1,251. Yeah.
Belgium,
And
we're
it's-
still waiting for you to contact us.
Yeah,
Hey,
Belgium.
Belgium.
We are on the DMs right now. Phone us. Phone home. So if you want to follow us on any of those, you are more than welcome to. And also we have a book club on Facebook. It's a group, and you can always join. And we have different chats and stuff in there, and we post in there. So we'd love to have you a part of the community. I think that's it, guys.
I think so.
All right. See you next time.
Happily ever after.
Bye.